Okay, thanks for coming in, you guys. The first question we have is, what symptoms was your child having before you that brought you into the office, before you came into Connections?
We were having challenges with focus, him completing a task. Let's see. Zach, do you remember?
I wouldn't finish my homework all the time. I would take at least 4 hours to do 4 subjects in school at home, and after Connections I would finish it all in class.
Without a lot of help from teachers, or we didn't have to do homework with him every night like we did before. He had challenges with personal space with other people. He didn't really get how to just back up a little bit, and he's much better with that now. He stays on task.
Before you came into Connections, what other things have you tried to help with these same problems?
We've gone to medical doctors. We've done the medicine route. We did different nutritional programs. We did a lot of things.
Yeah. Do you remember what medications he was on?
He was diagnosed with ADHD when he was probably 5 years old. And the woman that diagnosed him said that he should be on medicine yesterday. So we tried Ritalin at first, and then he would seem to calm down a little bit, and then after a few days, it was almost as if his body would just metabolize it, and then it wouldn't work anymore. And so we tried Adderall and Concerta and all kinds of vitamins and all different kinds of things, and I felt as though they were starting to kind of change who he was.
Sure.
And like the light in his eyes were kind of gone. And so I was constantly reading about different things, what we could do, and everything we tried, I would get my hopes up high, and then it wouldn't work.
Sure.
So,
beyond medications or nutrition, had you tried other types of occupational therapies and things like that?
When he was very small, when he was maybe 6,
okay,
we went to an occupational therapist. We went to speech therapists. We even tried brain training, and all these things. I mean, we'd give it a try, like for months, and really commit to it to see if we had anything. We did, what was that, the bed you slept in, or that you would go into? The hyperbaric chambers. We tried that.
What was your impression of trying all those different things?
It overwhelmed me a lot, and I didn't like it because it was all too new for me, I guess. And it was too much for me to handle, and I didn't like it at all.
Okay.
And I think he felt like he was different, like why can't I just get things easily? And
sure.
It was just, things were very difficult for him, just basic things. Controlling himself, he had this impulse that just, he was out there and just kind of jumped in when it was kind of inappropriate.
Get in people's faces.
Yeah.
So what led you to come into Connections?
Well, I have a brother that's a chiropractor, and I believe in it. And so a friend of mine had told me, she heard about you, so she told me about it, and it made sense. And I went to your seminar for about an hour and a half. Zach and I both went, and I actually remember crying twice during it because I thought you were just talking to us. But I was very excited. We started right away after that.
Great.
Yeah.
And then once you started the program, what were some of the first changes you started seeing, or what types of differences did you start seeing?
He loved to come. It was fun for him. So it was, and we did the 3-day, wasn't it three times a week?
Yeah.
So it was a big part of our fall.
An hour a day.
Yeah. I remember he started just kind of he was always real intense, and didn't seem comfortable in his own skin, and he kind of seemed to relax, and he started having like a rhythm to him. And then we went to where I think after a while, maybe a month after we were into it, everything was, he was real intense with all of his emotions. I remember that, and kind of thinking, wow, what is this? And I talked to Megan about it, and she said, a lot of stuff's going on, and just kind of is trying to figure itself out, and it'll all calm down, and it did. So I think that he went through a lot of different things as his body changed, and I thought that was really wonderful because change was happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, the nutrition that we did, that was a big part of it as well.
Yeah.
So we saw just more of a sense of peace with him. He was able to have a conversation and stay with me with the conversation, because before I could never have a conversation with him. He was all over the place. He wouldn't make eye contact with me, and it was frustrating for both of us.
Sure.
If I asked him how his day was at school, he really couldn't tell me in order. He just would pump, 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 pump. So I was so confused. Yeah, and I remember
changing the subject.
Because you can see his mind just going all over the place. And I remember I was down in my studio, and we had a conversation for like an hour one night, and I was
It's pretty important to a
shocked.
mom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
In addition to the results you've talked about and what's different about the program, is there anything else you'd like to say to a family who might be thinking about coming into the program? Or be having doubts or something like that?
Yeah. Well, I remember feeling like every time, like I said, it consumed me to find something to help my son. And I would go, every time I find something, I go into it, and it was exciting, and I thought, okay, maybe this is it, and it wouldn't work, and I was really so disappointed. So when we started this, I remember thinking to myself, well, I'm not going to get too excited because I don't want to be disappointed, and if it's just a little bit helps, fine. But this was the thing that truly changed our lives and his life, and it got him on the track of becoming the young man I think he was meant to be.
Sure.
And not being held back with different anxieties or behavioral patterns that really held him back. Anyway, he's on his way. Yeah, I think that this absolutely worked, and
great.
yeah,
Great.
so I highly recommend it.